Welcome to the Connected Family System podcast. I'm Jasmine Trotty Herring, creator of the Connected Family System, a framework designed to help parents build steady, intentional homes grounded in value and structure. In each episode, we'll explore how values, guiding principles, consistency, emotional regulation, and communication work together to create a home that holds. Let's get started. Over the last several episodes, we've talked about blueprint, guiding principles, consistency, intentionality, emotional regulation, communication, misalignment, rebuilding, and control versus structure. If you missed any of those, make sure you go back and listen to them. Today, I want to answer a simple but important question. What does a steady home actually feel like? Because structure is not about perfection, it's about stability. A steady home does not mean there's no conflict. It does not mean children never test limits. I mean, they're human and they're kids, right? It does not mean parents never get tired because we're human and we do things that sometimes create fatigue. It means the expectations remain clear even when emotions fluctuate. In a steady home, correction does not feel personal, it feels predictable. When a boundary is enforced, it shouldn't be surprising. When a consequence is given, it should connect back to the value. When a parent apologizes, it reinforces integrity, not weakness. In a steady home, children do not have to study the mood of the room before speaking. They know what matters. They should know what happens. They usually know what to expect. That predictability reduces anxiety. It reduces power struggles. It reduces escalation. Let me give you an example. If every morning a child has to brush their teeth, clean their face, make their bed, and eat breakfast before they can turn on the TV, and every morning, even when they ask differently, the parent enforces that, there is stability. The child usually knows, all right, yeah, I have to get it done. Do they like it? They may not. Might they try and push back and ask why? Maybe. Then you just calmly reinforce the value. But usually, pushback is minimal to non existent. Now, take that same child. They're supposed to brush their teeth, wash their face, make their bed, and eat breakfast every morning before they get to turn on the TV. But on some mornings, the parent enforces that, and on other mornings, the parent does not. And this is not to say that, say, the child was sick that morning, right? And so they needed to stay in bed longer. They get special treatment when they're sick. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is a morning like any other morning. It's just not being enforced, and that's happening a few times out the week, right? Well, now power struggles are invited. Now the child starts to feel like, on some mornings I don't have to do it, on some I do. So now it becomes personal. Why on this morning do I have to do it? I didn't have to the other morning. The power struggles increase. Parents start to feel like the child's becoming more combative. But what's really happening is that predictability is not there. That guesswork is now present. That clarity is removed. And now, instead of having a steady home that feels united, we're out here just trying to survive. We're not thriving. So, even if caregivers have different personalities, even if their tones differ, even if the way that they speak is different, The blueprint is shared. The structure should be visible. In a steady home, when something weakens, it's reinforced, not ignored, and not overcorrected. Rebuilding happens intentionally, not emotionally. And here's something important: a steady home is not built overnight, it is built through repetition, through small, consistent reinforcement, through alignment conversations, through emotionally regulated responses, through communication that connects behavior back to belief. And communication is one of my favorite pillars, because again, that communication connects the behavior back to belief, clarifies things. Steadiness is cumulative, it grows over time. And once it grows, it becomes self reinforcing because children begin to internalize the structure. They begin to anticipate expectations. They begin to align behavior with values more independently. Not because they're controlled, not because they're afraid, but because the structure has been consistent, steady. They begun to internalize it. So, here's something to reflect on. If your home became steadier over the next year, not quieter, not stricter, but steadier, what would change? What would feel lighter? What would feel clearer? Steadiness is not about control. It's about intentional structure lived consistently. And that's something you can build. When the pieces connect, when your values inform your principles guide your actions, your regulation steadies your responses, and your communication keeps everyone aligned, your home becomes more than shelter. It becomes stability. And when your home holds, your children feel it. If this resonates with you and you'd like support building your own system, I offer live workshops where we walk through the process together. You can find more details at theconnectedfamilysystem.com. Have a great day, guys. Bye.